sorry she's not making anything because of the weather iffiness, but she wishes you well.
Good morning, church. So glad to see everyone here, and not only here, but online. I know we have several people who are staying home today for various reasons, and others that join us regularly. So welcome to everyone online. I'm Fred Brunig, pronouns he and him, member of the worship committee, and we're nearing the end of our transition time, where we've been leading worship services ourselves. And this morning we're delighted to have Michael Mayer. Do you like Michael or Mike? Either one. Mike Mayer, leading our service. Next week, Brian Reamer will be leading the service, and deacons will be offering communion. And then the following week, Paula Marks, who greeted you this morning, will be leading a worship service. And then on the 18th, we'll be having the Reverend Allison Platt begin her interim ministry with us. Thank you to everyone who's been stepping up to lead us through this period of transition. So before I hand the service over to Mike, I want to acknowledge the fact that we're worshiping this morning on unceded land that our immigrant forebears took from the people who were living here, had been living here for thousands of years, the Sakokee-Abenaki people. They lived in relationship with this land, with all of the inhabitants, the trees, the bushes, the birds, the animals, and they still live here today. So we want to reconcile with them, the first step being the acknowledgement of what we've done. The second is education of ourselves. And the third is participation and action to support Indigenous peoples. And so let us commit to that path. So we have a fellowship hour this evening, or this evening, right after church. So I hope you'll join us down there. And without further ado, I think I'll ask Mike to take over for the lighting of the gathering candle.
Let us begin by taking a contemplative moment as I light the candle. It helps establish our gathering space together. O Great Spirit, we gather this morning grateful for the magnitude of the gift that is life and this earth. May the hour we share today honor this gift in 1,000 ways, in words and in song, in our hearts opening to one another, and in the ways we may come to know ourselves so we may best serve all of life. Let us sing together the opening hymn for those who are able. May we stand and do so. You'll find it as an insert in your bulletin. We are called to community so we may know and remember that we do not do the work of serving life alone, but in collusion and cooperation with each other and with the sun, moon, stars, and all of creation. May we birth together something new, something beautiful, something that pulls us from our slumber and into the revolutionary work of repairing the world through our hearts and longing to be our true and fullest selves. In this lovely poem by Mary Oliver, Let's Do It Responsively, you will be reading after me the bold parts that are indented. You do not have to be good. You do not have to walk on your knees for 100 miles through the desert repenting.
You only have to let the soft animal of your body love what it loves.
Tell me about despair, yours, and I will tell you mine. Meanwhile, the world goes on.
Meanwhile, the sun and the clear petals of the rain are moving across the landscapes.
Over the prairies and the deep trees.
The mountains and rivers.
Meanwhile, the wild geese, high in the clean blue air, are heading home again.
Wherever you are, no matter how lonely, the world offers itself to your imagination. Calls to you like the wild geese, harsh and exciting.
Over and over, announcing your place in the family of things. So let's have the choir come up for our first anthem. I'm guessing that among you three, someone likes to make things. Is that true?
I like making trash.
You like, oh, I think we'll have a,
I also like making fortune tellers.
okay, we're gonna line this up here. Michael, tell us again what it is you most like to do, Dizzy.
I like to make fortune tellers because it's fun.
Vera, is there anything you like to make? Nope, I bet, oh, Catherine.
There are lots of things. Well, a few things. Oh, sorry. Okay. Anyway, I like to make anything. Actually, like artwork. Make dinner.
That's art. Dinner's art.
So my next question is, for those favorite things that you like to do you like to do it fast or slow?
I like to do it nice and slow so I don't mess it up and then I have to try it all over again.
Same thing as me too. So.
Well, it's almost like you were reading my mind because I was kind of moving in that direction. You may have heard about St. Francis. St. Francis, a familiar name to you? He was pretty special in many ways, but maybe the one we most think about is he loved nature. And you know what he would do when he would go out in nature? Any ideas? he would be very still. He would be so still, he would wait, and birds would come down and sit on his shoulder. Or he'd hold out his hand, and I don't know whether they talked, but that's kind of the idea, that they communicated with each other. When he did move, he recognized that by moving slowly, he was able to most do the kinds of things that were most important to him. Now, he lived way out in the country with the animals, with all of nature, and way out there wasn't a church. So he decided one day, let's build a church. So how did he go about doing it? He picked up a stone, brought it to a place, and started to work. When the people who were with him said, this is good, can we help? He said, sure. More hands, easier job, we'll have fun. So we actually have a song about that. You're right on top of it. Yes, the song that is in the brochure on the insert. What were you saying, Nessie?
I've sung this song many times before.
You are the ringer. We always like to have Desi with us. So I'm going to start, okay? Here we go. If you want your dreams to be, take your time and surely small beginnings, greater ends. Heartfelt work grows purely. If you want to live life free, take your time, go slowly. Do few things, but do them well. Heartfelt work built purely. Day by day, stone by stone, build your secrets slowly. Day by day, you'll grow too. You'll know heaven's glory.
Our readings this morning are two stories borrowed from Anam Cara, a book of Celtic wisdom by John O'Donohue. In the Celtic tradition, Anam Cara means soul friend. Connecting with our Anam Cara allows us to awaken to the eternal. Here's the first reading from the Anam Cara. A man exploring Africa was in a desperate hurry on his journey through the jungle. Local people were helping carry his gear. After 3 days of this torrid pace, his assistant sat down and would not move. He pleaded with them to get up. He was under such time pressure. They refused to move. Finally, he got one of them to explain why. We have moved too quickly to reach here. Now we need to wait to give our spirits a chance to catch up. In the Celtic imagination, presence and the celebration of nature were only possible because time was a window on the eternal. Time was a time for wonder. Here's the second reading from Anam Cara. My father was an accomplished stonemason. I often watched him building walls. Frequently, he would choose a stone that was completely round. A round stone is useless because it cannot be bound into the structure of a wall. Yet, with a little tip of the hammer, he could transform the stone to fit into the wall as if it had been made specially for it. Michelangelo would find in every stone a secret shape waiting to emerge. In his Prisoners of Stone sculpture, human figures emerge, yet from the waist down, they are still trapped in dull stone. That's the end of the second reading. Our lives and projects may hold the hidden possibility of secret shapes waiting to emerge. And, as Meister Eckhart says, if you work with a creative and kind eye, you will bring forth beauty. May the Lord add his blessings on this readings.
Amen.
It's a great gift to be with you all today. Thank you so much for coming and for letting me share some things that have been important for me rising up actually for a while now. I leave the care of everything in your hands, O God, and think of nothing but reposing completely in you. Being human is a conundrum. There are constant pulls in different directions, and Plato some time back had an interesting way of putting it. He said, picture two horses chomping at the bit, each pulling hard in their own direction, but managed as a pair in the same direction by the charioteer. One steed is appetite, operating from basic instinct, the other feelings and intuition. The charioteer is reason in Plato's mind, the one who keeps the two in line, balancing their respective pulls. Today, the respective pulls in our lives might be the apparent polarities of chill and ambition, or being fully present with the flow versus being driven to achieve. Spoiler alert, they don't have to be mutually exclusive. What can be their complementary nature is, in fact, the sweet spot for each of us finding our way in a troubled and confusing world. That's what this morning is about. It's a journey today framed by mythic tales from bygone days in the old country. Key players are St. Francis, Merlin from the Arthurian legend, then runners of different class and cultures in an exclusive British boarding school dreaming of the Olympics. Two wonderful films from the 1900s, yes, the last century, capture these stories with starkly different messages. Brother, Sun, Sister Moon is about St. Francis and what we just sang about. Day by day, stone by stone, build your secret slowly. The natural antidote to the fast-paced life that has our spirit calling out, "Wait up!" So often, the clock grabs our focus more than whatever suitable intention we may have. Getting there in time, fearing of missing a deadline, swamping whatever good intention we may have. Stones are the perfect analogy. They're so patient and collaborative in nature, completely present for us in projects and for their purpose in the scheme of things. Fred, let's have a slide. Before frost hit hard in November, I started a project on the lower end of the conservation land where I live and serve. It's 200 plus acres of woodland sanctuary where the nonprofit Manitou Project builds community with nature and where we're getting ready to open the first conservation burial ground in the state. I don't know how clearly you can see this, but here are steps going up a hillside. Is there any way to zoom out from that, Fred, or is that just what we've got? Okay. It will be 18 steps with treads that are up to 4 feet wide, 4 inches thick, and flagstones that weigh upwards of 200 pounds. So they're not trivial. It sweeps up. It sweeps up the meadowed hillside with a turn around boulders and roots. Each step declares its own identity and presence above the one below in a particular shape and mosaic design that responds to the hillside place that it holds. It's a combination of engineering, aesthetics, and listening to the stones, especially the mother stone, who calls up, "Pick me, pick me." I don't know if this ever happens to you, but it does a lot for me when I'm in nature. And of course, there are the others that follow on and say, "Oh yeah, well, I'm a part of this too, don't you know?" So I don't know if you've got one more there, Fred, but run it up and everyone can have a look at it. I think that's it. Okay. So we are done with the slides. Thanks.
How cool, didn't...
Oh, that one. Yeah. So there you go. Another perspective on it. Day by day, you'll grow too. You'll know heaven's glory, as we were just singing. It always feels good working there in the company of my friends, the Stones. Through the looking glass, they provide some other place beyond my own self-imposed constraints. We all have places, maybe without consciously knowing, whether in nature, in art, or in music, where the window to our soul might open, even if just a crack. To see the world in a grain of sand or heaven in a wild flower, hold infinity in the palm of your hand and eternity in an hour. William Blake, and in another quote from him, this one a little less current and gender and pronoun appropriate, you'll pardon that. If the doors of perception were cleansed, everything would appear to man as it is, infinite. For man has closed himself up till he sees all things through narrow chinks in his cavern. The image on the front of the bulletin and here in full color, also from Blake, is someone peeking through the veil of the known three-dimensional world to the cosmos. Maybe you can pass these around. Seeing it in color is so much more exciting. Through the three-dimensional world to the cosmos, to the stars and beyond, to the world of the imagination, and to the depths of our being. When the doors of perception are cleansed, you will begin to see the unseen world, the wizard's world. This from Deepak Chopra, The Way of the Wizard, where he has Merlin sharing this poem to his young charge, Arthur. What if you slept? And what if in your sleep you dreamed? And what if in your dream you went to heaven and there plucked a strange and beautiful flower? And what if, when you awoke, you had the flower in your hand? What then?
Take another sip, my love, and see what you will see. A fleet of golden galleons on a crystal sea. Are you sitting comfortably? Let Merlin pass this way. Ride along the winds of time and see where we have been. The glorious age of Camelot, when Guinevere was queen. It all unfolds before your eyes as Merlin cast his spell. Seven wonders of the world He'll lay before your feet. In far-off lands, on distant shores, so many friends to meet. Are you sitting comfortably? Let Merlin cast his spell.
Among tales of the legendary King Arthur is the origin story, The Sword and the Stone. All the strongest, most ambitious men of the land try unsuccessfully to remove a stone mysteriously embedded in stone. He who succeeds is destined to be king of the land. Of course, today they'd probably just use a retinal scanner, but those were simpler times. Arthur, of course, is the man. The Knights of the Round Table become the stuff of legend, overcoming hardship and impossible odds in their quest for the holiest and most valued treasure in all the land and all of Christendom, the Holy Grail, believed to be the cup used by Jesus at the Last Supper, then again by Joseph of Arimathea to receive Christ's blood at the cross. Taken literally or not, these tales set the bar for what we might aspire to. along with the inevitable pitfalls and challenges. They are one way through the doors of perception that can lead to the depths of our being and clues to what serve our innermost longings. The Holy Grail may be the ultimate goal as perceived through the eyes of the whole world, or it could just be what's on the path before us, step by step, stone by stone. And here's a stirring example that I'll ask you to listen to very carefully. Carmel Gatz is a hostage currently in Gaza. Her parents, her friends who did escape or were released, tell this story about what she's doing there. Every day, this 30-something woman teaches yoga and meditation to her fellow hostages. What does that say about who we can be in times of incredible hardship? To operate from our hearts and be fully present to those in need who we can reach out to. Maybe it's the voice you hear or the bright face of a friend suddenly appearing, someone who you haven't seen in ages. A rush of gratitude comes, and in that moment of shared delight, and hey, in the co-op of all places, right? We can find ways to become who we really are in the most unanticipated ways. But back to the business of striving for that one big ultimate goal that we may all find in ourselves. Bring me my bow of burning gold, bring me my arrows of desire. Bring me my spear, O clouds unfold, bring me my chariot of fire. These words of Blake that we're about to sing in magnificent glory are the backdrop to the 1920s version of Arthur's Knights. The runners in Chariots of Fire who face up to hardship and struggle overcome their doubts, their differences, and impossible odds. They do triumph. How does this all come together? Stillness and a gentle pace alongside Chariots of Fire. Well, college football fans among us may know about J.J. McCarthy, Michigan's standout quarterback, and his pregame ritual. He sits and meditates beneath the goalposts just before kickoff. Yeah, you actually saw this on national television during the championship game. Whether for media attention, to psych out the opposition, or just for his own alignment with the flow, it does work. He recently led his team to the national championship. So we don't have to be St. Francis or a world-class athlete in our prime to merge that place of stillness with the fire in the belly. That may be our best shot at becoming whole, becoming that person we came here to be, and bringing light into the world and making a difference while we're at it. May we learn to sit comfortably and let Merlin cast his spell, for the fire in our hearts to burn strong and bright for a better world, a healthier planet, and our renewed selves. So before we move on to that wonderful hymn, special acknowledgement to friends of the Hanover Quaker Meeting for their contributions to this, and special thanks, of course, to our musicians, especially to Stefan for taking all of this on. Rather ambitious music program today. To Rachel and the Noble Brass. And to Rachel, I meant to Connie, wherever you are, there you are. To Rachel, who agreed to swap out Chopin for Vangelis' Chariots of Fire in the Postlude, which you may know has been immortalized as the theme for the 1984 Olympics, the theme also for Nelson Mandela's campaign to free the people of apartheid, and of course, that life-changing episode of The Simpsons. So now, if I can find the program, we'll find out what's next. Oh yeah, the choir. Before inviting our spoken prayers, we'll ring the bell tone 3 times for those in our lives we know who are in need, for those we do not know, and for a world crying out for health and care. Does anyone have a special prayer they'd like to, or a special person that they'd like to offer prayers for? Catherine.
Prayers for Tom Regal
Tom Regal.
and Tom Goldsmith. Tom Goldsmith.
Tom Goldsmith, I think. Connie.
My mother.
Connie's mom. Mary
Hi,
Alice.
George.
Kai George. Kath.
Mary Ellen Cohen.
Yes, Tom.
Pat, Brenton, and Mary, and Jim.
Pat and Mary. From those online, prayers for the world, prayers for the Kelly's family, the Kelly family, and Joy Hayes. Prayers for Elizabeth Christie, who recently had surgery. Yes.
Prayers for Sandy and Jan.
Sandy and Jan.
Yeah, bro.
Thank you.
Al Franklin.
Al Franklin, of course. Paula.
Continued prayers for Diane and Elliot.
Diane and Elliot, of course.
For all those who live in the alternate reality of dementia and those who try to share that reality with.
For those in the alternate reality of dementia and those who are supporting them. It is also our tradition to offer gratitudes, gratifications, whatever. How do we have a special name for it?
Gratitutions.
Gratitutions, thank you.
Gratitutions for your service.
Yes.
Yes.
Gratitutions for this wonderful service.
I would like to offer gratitude to the people at the restaurant where I was stuck for 8 hours waiting for AAA to jump my car on Monday. So, gratitude to their kindness, their generosity, and their support while I endured that wonderful experience.
A specific experience that Carol has that I'm going to generalize for all of those who serve us in ways when we most need them.
Absolutely.
Anyone else have anything to offer? Yes.
I have gratitude for my friend Chad who came all the way from Texas to take care of me while I had my ankle.
Oh, yes.
And I can't even tell you how many blessings that has been for me to have rides and help with the wood and just general help around the house with the dog. So.
A fine companion from Texas who is everything.
There you go.
Anything else before we move to our next?
I just looked up at the beautiful snow, and everyone drives safely, but I'm grateful for that snow.
It's beautiful. The baby pictures are
Well, at this point, it is our opportunity to do the offering. So for those who... Let's have a Lord's Prayer. I could do that. I suppose there are those who would do it as well. Connecting up if you wish.
Hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever. Amen. Hear our prayer, O Lord.
known have we given thee. A hope. Amen. Let's pass the peace.
No, I'm working. Oh, really? And I don't think it's gonna accumulate much by the time. It's pretty much right on. Well, it started to snow all day.
So in the next little bit, let's arrange ourselves for the final hymn, shall we?
Yes, 157.
May you be seated. Let us speak and act with one another and all beings in love, gratitude, and hope. Countless beings, seen and unseen, are with us in this great work of being, ready to inspire us and offer us reserves of strength and radical hope. Let us go forth with our eyes to see, our ears to listen, and our imaginations to respond.
Okay, we'll have announcements and birthdays here. Larry, Can I give you the mic, Larry, so that you can do your announcement from there?
Thank you, Fred. Yes, we're having Bible study after church today in the Houghton Room. And Fred Burney will be a guest speaker. We're pursuing the how to live out the parable of the Good Samaritan in regard to the homeless that are in our midst. And Fred is working with Vermont Interfaith Action, and he's going to help us to find answers to that question. So we're after church, soup available in the kitchen. We'll try to start by maybe 1:15. So,
okay.
Thank you.
Okay, next.
One of the things that you learn as you grow older is to ask for help when you need it. So the worship committee asked for help of our good friend Jeremy Kirk at the First Congregational Church in West Brattleboro. And he is delighted to have us join their church on Ash Wednesday so that we don't need to provide our own service for Ash Wednesday. So that's coming up before you know it, February 14th at 6 o'clock. If you'd like to receive ashes and be in the service, you can join us in West Brattleboro at First Congregational. Thanks.
My last time before you, wearing my hat as the former treasurer of this church. I will have the giving statements downstairs during fellowship hour. Please come to me and I'll hand them out to you. Second announcement, save the date with my new hat on my head as the chair of the Sugar on Snow. It is March 16th, Saturday. If you are new to us and you haven't participated in it, this is a corker. I don't know what to say. It's all stops come out. And it is a blast. It's a lot of fun. It really is. So mark it just down as a date, and there'll be a lot more information coming your way soon.
Hi, I'm Carol Crompton, and if you didn't sign the cow card for Al Franklin, it will be downstairs at the table where Kathy Lovell and I are selling Valentines for $5 for 4 and $6 each.
$5 each for 4.
No. Okay, they're $6 each, and if you buy 4 of them, it's only $20, which makes them $5 each.
You don't get 5.
And proceeds for that go to the church, right? All the proceeds. Everything taken in from selling of the cards goes to the church. So that's a wonderful gift that Carol has given us.
And Kathy.
And Kathy, sorry. And so birthdays. I know, well, Al Franklin's birthday is this coming Tuesday, the 30th. He'll be 89. That's the card that people are signing. He comes periodically, lives over near the other side of Rutland now in Pittsford, so that's why he's not here every week. Okay, I can't see who. Judy.
My mom, who looks like my sister and still lives completely independently, was 97 this past week on Sunday.
Okay, Judy's mom, 97. Okay, I thought I saw another hand. Okay, well, we got Al and Judy's mom. Somebody want to start us, Peter? Birthday.
Happy birthday, we love you. Happy birthday, and may all your dreams come true. When you blow out the candles, one last days ago, it's the love lighting your eyes.
Because it's all sold out.
It is.
Fred, we forgot one birthday. We did forget one birthday, and that's Kathy Gurney's birthday. Is the 31st of this month.
Kathy Gurney on January 31st. Okay. So no, let's not sing.
We're not going to sing it.
Wait, sort of. What do you call that? Right. Rachel, take it away. And thank you to Rachel.
Sing along.